Would love to talk for a moment about parenting. I know this is kind of a step off from some of the normal rants that I've had. But people, I'm going to tell you something. When it comes to raising a child, that child needs both parents. Both parents. They need their mommy, they need their daddy. Both are equally as important to that child's life. Both mom and dad are equal as it pertains to the influence that they have on that child's life. Now, my personal experiences aside, here's what I'm going to tell you. And take it or leave it. We have a significant problem in this country of kids making really bad decisions. Kids being fucked up mentally. Kids, doing dumb shit. Eating ramen out of toilets and taking guns to school and, stabbings and shootings and all this other kind of stuff. Kids joining gangs. And it's all because two parents cannot get along. Let me tell you something. If you're a parent in this country, you have an inherent responsibility to teach your child right from wrong. You have an inherent responsibility to let that child know that it is in no way acceptable to disrespect, demean the other parent. When you have that child in your custody, it is not okay to constantly talk about how you felt wronged by that parent. It is in no way okay to let that child know about any of the disagreements that maybe you had with your significant other, i.e. the other child's parent. I'm sorry, the child's other parent. It's not okay to degrade them. It's not okay to demean them. It's not okay to tell your kid that they're stupid for whatever choice they've made or any of this and that. Short of that parent cutting up drugs in front of them, drinking and driving in front of them, doing any other kind of totally socially irresponsible bullshit, it's not okay to trash the other parent in front of your child. This is why we have a problem in this country. Fatherless parents are more likely to commit crimes, not graduate high school, and do some of the dumb shit that we see, like the Kiki challenge or the Tide Pod challenge or the eat ramen out of a toilet challenge. Hell, it's probably going to end up with them taking the plastic bag challenge because they'll kill themselves because they think they are not adequate enough to live on this earth. Parents, please, for the love of God, don't sit there and make your decisions based upon your jiltedness at the end of your relationship. If your child is in fact in the custody of the other parent, and that other parent makes a decision to start a relationship with someone, you may not like them, but do not jade your child against that other person based upon anything other than your own personal experience with that other person. If you have no experience with that other person personally, i.e. you never met them, you never talked to them, you've never been around them, then what in the fuck do you actually know about them? And that's a fact. My mom got married to a guy I'd never met before. Now, I was an adult when they got married. He turned out to be a real bastard, and they met on eHarmony. You know, that website that guarantees you're going to be measured on these 37 things of compatibility, and he was supposed to be the most compatible one with her. And I didn't judge my mother. I sat back, and I made my own judgments. He ended up being a bastard. A real son of a bitch who tried to control her life. She might have been better off meeting somebody in a bar. Actually, she was better off if she had actually followed through a relationship with a guy she met on a plane who was a self-made man and an oil tycoon who was really, truly interested in my mother for her brain and for her knowledge of, medical types of things, because my mom's a nurse. My father, God love him, met a woman, married her, and put her first. Now, me as his son, who was shunned because of something that she said, I don't like it, but I respected it. Because in marriage, in fact, you forsake all others, and then include your kids, your parents, your siblings, so that you can defend your spouse. Now, here's my thing. That was kind of a squirrel moment. If you are a non-custodial single parent, and by non-custodial I mean you might have joint custody, but you only get to see your kids so often, do not base your anger, your hatred, and all of that upon who your ex is dating. Stop worrying about their life. Because guess what? It's no longer your life. Your life consists of being the best parent you possibly can to your child, having nothing to do with the other one. Go out and be happy. And if you can't do that, if you have to constantly bring up the negativity to your child about your former spouse or former relationship, boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever, if you have to constantly base your life upon what the other one's doing, then you have failed as a human being. You are a failure. Period. End of story. That's fact. If you bitch and complain to your child and you teach them words at 4 years old that they shouldn't even know the meaning to, as you describe their other parent, basically if you're a guy and you say to your kid, your mother's an idiot, your mother's a bitch, your mother's a cunt, you have failed. And you no longer deserve the right to be around your child unsupervised. And the same holds true for women who tell their child, no matter the gender, well, your dad's a bastard and he did this and he did that. Because all you're really doing is damaging the child. And you're damaging yourself. That much hatred in life really just damages you. Because I will tell you from experience that the other one and their significant other don't give a shit about what you think. You are simply hurting your kid and hurting yourself. Worry about your time with your child and make that the best time that you can have. Make that child happy when y'all are together. If asked about the other parent, why aren't you together, stuff like that, simply tell the child, you know, your mom or your dad and I love you very much. We just aren't as in love with one another as we are with you. And I'll be willing to bet you that this wave of retards that we have going on in the world, this millennial attitude, this bullshit that we see every day, will go by the wayside if you guys can do more responsible parenting. I speak from experience on both sides of the spectrum. Just stop with the bullshit, y'all. Because at the end of the day, when you go to bed at night, as a single parent, you have only you to applaud for your child's development and only you to blame for their lack of the same.